I've been seeing this trend on the clock app and I gotta tap in. So here's 3 pieces of advice for 30-year-olds from a 40-year-old. Well, technically 41. 1, choose yourself. Let me tell you something. As girls, we are taught to put everybody and their mama before us, and that becomes a really sick cycle of denying yourself, repressing yourself, and betraying yourself over time. I have a mentor who says, choosing yourself is choosing God. So choose God by choosing yourself. Now, family, church, and society did not make that easy for you, so I understand it's going to take some practical tools and tips to actually get that going. So here's number 2. Heal your codependency. When people hear codependency, they tend to think, oh, it's, you're super clingy or you get attached easily, or no, codependency expresses itself in trying to control others. It expresses itself in trying to rescue others. It expresses itself in you jumping in when people didn't even ask for your help. And next thing you know, you help them. They're in a better position. You're worse off and they don't even say thank you. So now you resent them for it, but they never asked you for help in the first place. Whose block am I on? And so it's important to understand, 1, what codependency is, and 2, to honor that we have all been conditioned to be codependent, whether it's family, church, society. They're the unholy trinity as far as I'm concerned. The 3rd piece of advice is to decolonize your faith, your religion, your spirituality, your spiritual practices. Chances are, if you grew up in this country, especially if you're Black, you have some encounter with the Christian church. Decolonize your Christianity, babes. The way that colonized Christianity has ransacked women's self-esteem, our sense of self-worth. The fact of the matter is, you are created in the image and likeness of God, and God rejoices over you with singing, and doesn't just rejoice over your servitude parts or your self-denial, but over your pleasure, over your body, all of your body. So yeah, beloved ones, those are my 3 pieces of advice. Above all else, love yourself. So trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. So if you want to hear more tips, more advice from a 41-year-old for 30-somethings.
Hey my rich babes, I am back with another video. In this video we are going to touch on giving advice to the girlies in her 30s. Okay, like this is just glow up advice. Women are just giving back and letting women like myself, I am 34, know that everything's going to be all right. Literally, and just giving advice that we need, whether or not we got it from other women in our family or not. This is an opportunity to just listen and to just take the advice that that we can use. What they say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. So thank you so much. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the end of the videos.
Quick glow up tip for all of my girlies. Do not dim your light for anyone. I don't care what season of your life that you are in. Do not dim your light. And never downplay yourself in front of people. Listen, you are your biggest critic, but I need you to be your biggest fan. It's time for you to leave like the insecurities behind it. I know it's not easy, but learn to embrace every part of you. Like, you can't continue to beat yourself up. So let me give y'all a quick little story time where this is stemming from. So recently I've been in contact with this one woman, and every time she sees me, in the first 2 minutes, what comes out of her mouth is just blows me. So in the first 2 minutes of being in my presence, she always says this about herself. I look a hot mess. I'm sorry, y'all. And she's always apologizing for how she looks. And in my opinion, she looks put together. Like, she has her hair in a bun. Yeah, she probably doesn't have a hairdo, but she has her hair in a bun. She's a beautiful Black woman, but she doesn't feel like I can't really say how she feels because I'm not her, but I can only go based off of what I'm like, my perception of what I think is going on, because she only says this when she's in my presence, and she ain't start saying this until I like got my hair done or whatnot. And I just feel like you probably look at me a certain way and it makes you feel a certain way about yourself. And that should never happen, because that's how jealousy and envy kicks in. I'm not saying that's how she feel about me, but you have to be so sure of yourself that that cannot happen, that you're not looking at another woman and whatever that woman got going on, it doesn't make you feel like you're less than, or that you can't show up for yourself, or that you're missing out on something. You can be inspired by someone like, ooh, when I get enough money, or when I get to where I need to be, I want to dress like that and move along. Then you don't focus on that woman no more. You're inspired by her, and then you go do the work in order for that to be your lifestyle, in order for you to be in those type of clothes, if that's what you're desiring. You get that? But when you focus on someone else, that is so dangerous. We cannot continue to compare ourselves to other people, because that's when you start to downplay yourself. That's when you start to think that you are ugly, that you are in lack. God made you wonderfully and fearfully made. And I know you hear that scripture, but you don't really believe it. But I need for you to believe that you are beautiful. Do not dim your light. Do not dim. I don't care what season you're in. You could be in your driest season, your brokest season. You are still that girl. Because it's not what's on you, but it's what's in you. And I need you to believe that. Believe it to be true. If you got to look in that mirror every single day, and girl, if you don't start saying, man, y'all should see the wildest things I say to myself, because all I got is me. Because if you don't say those things to yourself, when you go out into this world, you'll believe everything that everybody else says about you. You'll believe all the lies that the enemy says about you. No. You have the power to change that. You have the power to change your mindset. You have the power to change those insecurities into confidence builders. You don't think I'm insecure about certain things in my life? Certain things about myself? You don't think I'm insecure about it? But I still walk with my head held high. You know why? Because I know I'm that girl. I know I'm that girl. And can't nobody take that from me.
3 of the most important things I learned now that I'm in my 30s. Make your health one of your top priorities. Go to Pilates, try different classes, get a gym membership, invest in that. Even if you have to cancel another membership, get your gym membership. Do Pilates. Do cycle bar classes. Do something called Cycle Pass, where you can pay like a certain amount a month and get free classes for different type of workouts throughout the month. It could be anything from water aerobics to kickboxing to jujitsu to hot yoga, whatever. But stay active. Number 2, find your tribe. Whether it's at work, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's with a volunteer group, a church group, a small group, whatever it is, find your tribe. Find the people for you that you possibly want to keep for a lifetime, and stick with them and stay solid, especially if they're solid to you. The last thing you want is to keep thinking, okay, I could do it by myself. And then by the 30s, from doing everything by yourself in your 20s, you reach an extreme burnout. Try to avoid that. Find your tribe, or let your tribe find you, however you want to go about it. But we all need somebody. And number 3, which to me is most important, because if you know, you know. Heal. Get on that healing journey. Our 20s are typically us, just finding our way, and, a lot of trial and error, and really just coming into our identity. But the 30s, baby girl, it's time to settle down. It's time to get your money together, get your affairs in order, make sure you got your 401k, make sure that your family is straight, make sure that you are straight and good mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Prepare for the future. But all of that is null and void unless you heal
from the trauma, from the toxicity, from the hurt, abuse, molestation, whatever it is that you went through. It's time to heal. Therapy is beautiful.
I keep seeing these videos on my newsfeed and it's fucking irritating me. How to be that girl in a weekend. How to get that glow up in 2024. Ironic that I'm dressed in all black, but I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Why are we taking fluffy advice from 12-year-olds? Hashtag just manifest it. And why is no one actually talking about the work, the actual work, not the perception of work, but the actual work needed? And this is based upon all the things that I've learned in my personal journey, a journey which I'm still on, but I've done pretty well so far. The first thing you need to do is leave your environment. Environment is everything, and without realizing, we actually do take on and adapt the behaviors of our environment. And so you need to be very conscious, very, very careful about the environment that you put yourself in. And if the environment is not conducive to the plans, the hopes, the dreams that you have, you need to remove yourself. The second thing that no one talks about is that you need to learn how to be alone. This won't be an issue for the hyper-independent girlies out there, but despite my big age, I still get comments and things like, oh my God, are you really traveling to Bali all by yourself? Are you not like meeting anyone there? Baby, are we 5? Why must you wait for people before you do something? Because the thing is, with this journey of success, with this journey of achieving stuff, you have to go alone and then people tend to follow you. Because the thing is, this journey will take you to the darkest of places, so you need to know how to be by yourself in the wilderness. Lastly, you need to be okay with losing friends. But don't worry, because better ones are gonna come. And they typically come naturally as you vibrate on a higher frequency, tax bracket, etc. But also you need to actively seek out the friends that align with your goals and beyond. So in other words, time to put down the color-coded mood boards and affirmation cards, and time to actually fucking work.
So to my ladies out there that's on they boss up and they glow up, when you feel better, you look better, when you working out, when you got a different skin routine, when you happy, I promise it shows on you. And sometimes you'll be unrecognizable, and it'll be to the point where somebody see you and they'll be like, who is that? It's me, Jessica. It's me.
Hey Rych Babes, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I really loved everything that these ladies talked about. As far as you glowing up in your 30s, it's never too late. They always say when you hit 30, you hit the wall. I can definitely debunk that. Like, that is such a lie. It is like your 30s, it's like you become more enlightened with yourself. You become more aware of yourself, and you just want more for yourself. And so just take the advice that is most needed for you and just apply it. And I'm just so in this era now where I just definitely just want nothing but the best for myself, and I want nothing but the best for my Rych Babes. So with that being said, it is time to level up, Rych Babes. It is time to glow up. It is time to get ourselves together. Until next time, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share.